Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two league games away against Paderborn and at home against Frankfurt. But first, we're going to have to go through the January transfer window. We have had a very busy time of it, not necessarily with too many permanent deals, but there's been a lot of loan deals taking place. And overall, I think despite everything happening relatively quickly, we've done quite well. Um, we've had a number of offers which ended up falling through. But in terms of players coming in, Rock Collar came in um, on a loan deal with a mandatory future fee of £2.5 million. All of that is agreed. He's only 18 years of age, and to be honest, I think he's a good, solid backup goalkeeper for us. Because as we go through the exits in a moment, you'll understand why there. We brought in Pablo from Real Madrid. Again, good young player. Um, 2.5 star current ability. I wanted it a bit more in ideal circumstances, but again, we've agreed a mandatory future fee of just £2 million for him, and I think we've done really well to bring him in. To be honest, he's not the quickest. Likelihood is he will play out wide though, but his mental attributes are fantastic. Facundo Vazquez is a player that I've kept an eye on for a while. His contract expired in the Argentinian league. So we brought him in on a free transfer. He's an under-20 international, 15 caps for the under-20 side of Argentina. And again, as a free transfer, really happy to have brought him in. He's 6'5" as well. He's a really, really big centre-back. His strength isn't the best, but it is something that we can develop with him. And hopefully he will become a strong player for us. Thomas Obregon, another Argentinian under-20 international. He's coming on loan until the end of the season. We have got an optional future fee of £6.5 million. We couldn't afford to do a mandatory future fee, so it's somebody that I'm going to keep an eye on for sure. But I think he's, again, really solid backup for us at right back, and with his mental attributes the way they are, really good physical attributes as well. I think he could be another good backup signing for us, and he will provide competition at right back with Emerson Royal. Ted Van Dorm, bit of a strange one, this one. He was available extremely cheap. We only paid £160,000 for him. I like the look of him, I will be honest. He plays in central midfield. For the time being, he is in our second team. But if we can get players like this for our second team and then they can really build a rapport with themselves, there's every chance that they can improve and then come into the senior side. But really happy to have brought him in. And again, for the price that we did, it seemed like a no-brainer. A very cheap deal. Job is a good one. And then lastly, this is probably the strangest signing of all of them. Again, with a mandatory future fee agreed. Um, well, I say a mandatory future fee. We've actually bought this lad for £500,000 from Oxford United. We've sent him back on loan until the end of the season. And again, I think he's pretty good. I mean, his physical attributes are quite strong. He's 6 foot high. Um, Finishing, yes, he needs work. He is a striker. His finishing does need work, but with his pace, he could be quite a dangerous player for us in the future. And again, someone that we can keep an eye on. And when he comes into the side next season, I'm not sure if he'll be in the first team, but he'll certainly be a player that we can keep an eye on in the second team nonetheless. And that was done very late on deadline day, by the way, as was the deals for Van Dom and Obregon as well. In terms of players leaving the club, Rocco Reitz confirmed his move to Genoa for £1.8 million. That was actually confirmed at the end of the last transfer window. Konrad Polanski, a 17-year-old who was in our under-19 squad, signed from his youth contract, but we're potentially going to get £2 million for him, 700,000 straight up. So again, that was a good deal. Kylian Sauk, his release clause was £4.3 million. It was agreed with mates that they would pay that release clause. They offered less, in fact, but I think we did well, to be honest. And he is out the door. He was a bit part player for us, so again, a good bit of money into the bank. Karl Jakobine went on loan to PSV Eindhoven until the end of the season. Henrik Degenhardt has gone to Veyen on loan until the end of the season. Amechi Mohammed went to Magdeburg, and again, same kind of thing as Konrad Polanski. He was on a youth contract, £675,000 up front, with the potential of it rising to 1.8 million over the course of time. Mehmet Aydin went on loan to Union Berlin until the end of the season. Sinan Hinsman went on loan to Coram FK on loan until the end of the season. Frederick Stark to 1860 München until the end of the season now. I did have a quick look at him beforehand. We brought him into the senior side just as a bit of cover while we were sorting a few deals out. But he looks pretty good. So he's a player that can get some experience out on loan. And then when we bring him back, hopefully he will play a part for us next season. And there, of course, is Casey Kuseligasin, who went back on loan to Oxford United until the end of the season. So, with all that being said, it's been quite busy in January, as I mentioned. In terms of recent form, since you were last with us, we drew 2-2 against Stuttgart and 3-3 against FC Köln. We've struggled to get wins across the line, but we have proven tough to beat at the same time. We got absolutely battered by Dortmund. It finished 2-0, but it could have been a lot worse than that, I will be honest. But after 4 games without a win, we then managed to beat Mainz by 3-0, and then a 2-2 draw against Wolfsburg last time out. I'm hoping for some good results in February. Like I say, with Paderborn, Frankfurt, Bochum, and Hoffenheim, we could potentially continue our push. As you can see by the league table, we're currently sat in 6th, but all of the sides that are coming up that we're playing against, Hoffenheim, not too far behind us, but Paderborn, Frankfurt, they're all in that lower part of the table. So they're games that we need to focus in on, and hopefully we can get some good results as well. So going into today, hopefully we can get 2 victories. That is the ideal scenario. We're going to put Kavlina up front instead of Yatta. I feel CD Yatta is a bit of a strange one. He seems to have played better out wide, and Kavlina we put up front for the game against Mainz, and he bagged a couple of goals as well. So positive signs, but we'll see how we do today, and things might change as we go anyway. So hopefully we can continue our decent run from the last couple of games. After that win against Mainz, of course, we need, and the draw against Wolfsburg, we need to keep this momentum, and hopefully we can push on. Like I say, here is Schmidt though, into Babak, and now Tahirovic, back to Araujo, Babak, into Dardai. Plenty of space for them to work here, and we've not closed him down, and he's gone and scored. And that is extremely poor from us defensively. And Omlin, I'm continuously questioning whether Omlin is going to be a pick for us. I think after this season, to be honest, we do need an upgrading goal. Kyle Jakobine, who we've loaned out, could be that man. Rock Collar is coming in permanently, like I say, but he's only going to be 18, 19. So he is a player that we can focus on for the future, but in the immediate future, probably not. So certainly things to think about. As Paderborn getting behind again, and Shuto Machino has scored, and we have looked extremely poor here. I'm going to demand more from the team. It's only been 10 minutes, but we have looked extremely poor so far. BAR consulting here, and it is 2-0, 11 minutes gone. And that is a very, very poor start. Here's Emerson with the throw. Now Kone, forward to CD Yatta. Plays it inside to Kone. Opportunity to pull one back, and it's a good save from Oluyemi. And I have noticed it is a concern. We're getting similar chances to the opposition in plenty of games. They're putting them away, and we're not. And it is a growing concern. And we had a similar thing at Karlsruhe. Our strikers weren't scoring regularly enough. Our top scorer is Sidiata, but he's only scored 7 goals this season. And yeah, the league table looks great. We're sat in 6th place. But results like this are why we're not doing better than we are. And because of results like this, it makes me think we can't potentially qualify for a European slot either in any of the European competitions. So we need to push on, and we need to wake up a little bit here. Here is Babak in possession, who plays it to Mendy. And now Schmidt. Back into Mendy. Lofts it to this side. Emerson Royal intercepts. Finds Sidiata. Now Kreshki into Kone. Switches the play well to Constantelias. And now Katala. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? there's players there, and Konstantelias manages to get the goal. It's his 5th of the season. And I'm quite glad that we've scored as early as we have. It gets us back into the game. If we can get an equaliser before half-time, we would be in a much stronger position going into the second half. But positive signs there. We hit the byline, we got the ball back and managed to get the finish. Really well-worked move, and hopefully we can push on. We have actually been the better side. They've had the 2 attempts and scored them both, and we've had more attempts. And again, our proficiency up front is just letting us down at the moment. So as we approach half-time, looks like we're going to go in at the break with a deficit, and we have got plenty of work to do in this second half. And hopefully we can get a quick start. Here is Kone. Well, highlight straight from kickoff. Can sometimes be a positive. Hopefully it will be. Here's Konstantelias moving down the left-hand side. Plays it into Kevlina, and he's hit the woodwork there. He's hit the post, and that was a big, big chance. Emerson and Sidiata exchanging passes. Kreshki into Sidiata. Chance here. It's good block, and Kone's header. Sidiata was there. Couldn't get it on target. And a positive start for sure to the second half, but we couldn't convert the chance, which is a bit of a shame. And we are going to demand even more, to be quite honest, because losing to Paderborn is unacceptable. Here is Fran Garcia. Now Konstantelias into Catala. Aguelo Baez into Emerson Royale. Can he cut it inside? He's instead found a great ball down the line for Sidiata, and he finds Kone on the edge of the penalty area. It's a poor pass from Sidiata, really. He had the chance to play it into the penalty area. Here is Kreshki looking over the top. Catala just about keeps it in, and Louiemi did well to claim. Shavlina was lurking but couldn't make any contact on the ball. Again, good goalkeeping from Louiemi. Emerson Royal with the header, though. Finds Sidiata, and again we're on the attack quite quickly, and Sidiata again with a poor effort, and it's a comfortable save from the keeper. And again, Paderborn haven't had a single attempt at goal since they scored that second goal. So a little bit of a concern. We're going to encourage the team because we are by far the better team here. But again, up front is letting us down. And we're going to get Julius Almer on. We're going to get Asensio on. We need to make changes here because the players look absolutely shattered. Sidiata, I mean, we've not really got the options, which is a little unfortunate. Carlos Alenia, we're going to bring on for Kone, who's struggling as well. And we're going to get Obregon on for his debut for Emerson Royale at right back. Going to go to very attacking as well for the last 10 minutes. We deserve to win this game. And this is, again, this is how annoying I find it sometimes. We've got to fire the boys up. Can we find a way of getting a winner? Alenia here with a free kick. He strikes it superbly, but again, not on target. And we just lack that cutting edge at the moment. And again, it has shown today. 2 shots on target from Paderborn and 2 goals. We dominated that game and we've come away with the defeat. And that is extremely disappointing. And it's allowed other teams to close the gap to us a little bit as well. I mean, Frankfurt had a really good win, funnily enough, against Hertha Berlin. Leipzig, only just mine, but they managed to beat Darmstadt. So there's a big gap opening up toward the top teams anyway. Schalke beat Hoffenheim, so Schalke are within touching distance of us now. And Freiburg managed to draw as well. So it's extremely tight, but if Köln win their game in hand, we're 6 points behind, and we're fighting it out for 6th place, it would appear, with Stuttgart, Augsburg, Hoffenheim, Schalke, probably even Wolfsburg and Freiburg, all in the running at the moment. Not ideal. We need to be a lot better, and we need a win at home against Frankfurt. And looking at it, it's in just over a week's time. So bear with me. I'll get through that week, and hopefully, like I say, we can come back and get a positive result because we certainly need it. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game at home against Frankfurt. As you can see, we've actually dropped down to 8th place. We've had a few games happen before us. We are the later kickoff on the Sunday. Augsburg only managed to draw away at bottom club Darmstadt, which has gone in our favour a little. Our goal difference of plus 13, though, is what is keeping us in and around this fight. If we win here today, we will go back into 6th place. Little bit of bad news. Fran Garcia, our left back, has had a bit of an injury scare. He's going to be out for around a month. And the board have taken some of the wage budget from us as well. As you can see, financially, the club is basically hemorrhaging money at the moment. 33.25 million pounds in debt. And in terms of debts and loans, we've got £13.5 million of transfer debt, which of course was largely down to me for the deal with Catala. But £115 million of net debt, which is nothing to do with me. These particular bank loans and the state loans will finish in the next 6 to 8 years. So it's going to take a long time to sort it out. But in the meantime, we're just going to have to deal with it and hope for the best. I was hoping when we came to Mönchengladbach that we wouldn't have the cash-strapped problem, but it would appear that it could be the case, and we are going to have to work on a shoestring and trying to get the side back into European football. Couple of changes then today. Omlin remains in goal. Marej starts at left back with Chiarodia, Baeth and Royal at the back. Krejci, Catala and Kone, the midfield three, with Constant Telias, Chavlina and Yatta as the front three. We have got options on the bench, but not too many. Ayman Carey currently struggling for his fitness, and as you can see, morale's a little bit twitchy at the moment because we're struggling for form. That game against Paderborn was at best poor. We dominated the game. The performance itself was great, but we can't convert our chances at the moment. And again, not having a proper goal scoring centre forward is causing us some problems for sure. Frankfurt are in great form at the moment, and this could be a very tough game. They are still far below us in the table, but this is going to be a tough game now because they're in such good form. They've won a few matches recently. They're sat just outside that bottom three as well now, and we need to win to get back into that 6th place position. Hopefully, we can do the job. We are more than capable, and we've proven it many times, but we do seem to like drawing games rather than winning. And obviously, when we lose, we lose. It is what it is. Um, but on multiple occasions, we've thrown away leads and ended up coming away with the draw, which has made a massive difference to the points total. And we have not had a single highlight here in this first half, which just shows you how poor we are going forward at the moment. Mahrez with a throw right at the end of the first half, though. Plays it into Catala. Now Constantelius back into Catala. And now Kone. Chance. It's a good effort, but again, off target. And this is a big, big worry at the moment. It's 0-0. Frankfurt haven't had a single attempt at goal. And we need to be winning games like this. We really, really do. Especially after the Paderborn defeat, we have to win this game to give us that extra push forward. Form isn't great, like I say. And Marej here with the throw into Catala, back to Krejci. Marej, Kone, Marej into Constantelius. Chance for the strike, and it's a good effort again. Off target, though, just wide of that post. And it remains 0-0. I'm going to make changes because you can see the front three have all been absolutely terrible today. Asensio isn't scoring. Alma's not seen any goal-scoring opportunities come his way either. I'm going to bring Eamon Carey on as well in that central midfield. I think we'll bring Kwanzaa on actually at centre-back for Baeth as well, just to get that extra bit of height in there. And we'll leave it at that for now. But it's the best that we can do, I think, given the circumstances. And hopefully we'll find a way. I'm going to drop some encouragement to the team. Frankfurt have still not had an attempt at goal. Here's Emerson Royale into Kone. Now Kwanzaa into Carey. That's a nice pass. Katila couldn't quite bring it in, and Reynolds manages to clear. Emerson Royale does well to win the header. Now Shavlina plays it back to Emerson Royale. Now Kone. I mean, positional sense is great, but some of the movement that we're doing is so negative. That's much better. Emerson Royale charging down that right-hand side. Gets the crossing toward the far post. Alma was there, but couldn't win the header. It's come out to Pavel Marej. Can he get a crossing? He's been brought down by Shaibi, and potentially we have a penalty here. We don't have particularly good penalty takers in the squad, but it is a big, big chance. The penalty is awarded upon review from VAR. Who's taking the penalty? It's Emerson Royale, the right back. Well, I'm not going to complain too much because he's managed to put it away into the corner. It's his fourth of the season. And we've finally had a little bit of luck here. We take the lead courtesy of the penalty. Frankfurt's still without an attempt at goal. But at 1-0, it's probably more dangerous than 0-0 at times. And we have something to hold on to. Can we cement it? Frankfurt have had a couple of shots at goal now. Neither on target, but they have an opportunity maybe here. Here is Pacho, who was linked with a move to Manchester City at one point. Now Querfeld charges forward. There's no closing down. Reynolds coming down this right-hand side, plays it in. Chaibi, that's a great save from Omlin. Well, I thought it was a save. I think it was just a goal kick that was given off. Yeah, not on target. Katala here with a corner, whips it in. Kwanzaa's header. There is the security that we needed. That's a really good header from Jarrell Kwanzaa. Good delivery from Katala. And that is a big, big 3 points. And I'm hoping it gives us a platform to build on as well. I thought that after the 3-0 win against Mainz. And yeah, we were unlucky to draw against Wolfsburg, really. Here's Emerson Royale. Whips in the free kick just over the crossbar. Another good chance there. But at least it's gone our way today. We've dominated the game. For once, we've not dominated possession, but in terms of chances, we've still dominated the game. And in the end, we've come away with a 2-0 victory. A vital 2-0 victory. And going into the games coming up, we have an opportunity to push on a little bit here and try and open up some kind of a gap over Augsburg, Stuttgart. I mean, we're 6 points ahead of Freiburg and Schalke, and a further point from Hoffenheim and again Wolfsburg, but it's still extremely tight in that mid-table. We can't afford to rest. We really need to push on. But we've won that game 2-0 thanks to two defenders. And this is what I'm saying. Our forwards are not doing the business at the moment, but we've got an opportunity. I don't care whether it's Europa League, Conference League or anything like that. It's just allowing us to get into European football. That is what I'm aiming for here. And we've done well. We've got the win in the end. And going into the upcoming games, Bochum, Hoffenheim, big, big matches. We then got tough games against Bayern and Leipzig. But then, again, we've got Darmstadt, who we need to be beating, and a tough game against Leverkusen. But then, as you can see there, Augsburg, Stuttgart, we played both of them there. Going ahead, we'll come back for Leverkusen and Schalke, and then we'll come back for the last two games of the season against Köln and Dortmund. I can't imagine us doing too much in those two games, but we'll see. Augsburg and Stuttgart, arguably, from our point of view, are bigger matches. But in relation to the end of the season, Köln and Dortmund will be our focus after Leverkusen and Schalke, which will come in on Monday. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.